The Mummy is probably the most underrated villain in Ben 10. He gets overshadowed by the werewolf and Dr. Viktor as part of Ghost Freak's minions in the 3rd season, but I think this Thep Khufan is actually the coolest one of the bunch. He has insane feats with his first appearance in Under Wraps. He manages to sneak up on Accelerate, so he already shakes off the slow mummy stereotypes, and he's not just quick, he's extremely strong. One bandage whip left this shed looking like ground beef. He also brings down this silo, which cannot be easy. He can control his bandages like prehensile appendages, and he can also separate the bandages to evade attacks. But if he does get shredded up, he can regenerate himself and recover almost instantly. He can also use the corodium to make violent hostile minions while not being affected by the substance himself. All those feats are insane, but man, look at his design though. I've never seen a cooler looking mummy. Ben does unlock a mummy transformation, but he doesn't use it until the episode The Return, and he wasn't even trying to pick him. The mummy and the werewolf don't come back after this arc, and it's assumedly because they don't talk, while Dr. Viktor does, and he comes back. I think that just makes them more mysterious and ominous. I do like them both, but I think the mummy outclasses the werewolf by just a tad, making him, I think, Ben 10 Classic's most underrated villain. Anyway, here's our full review of Under Wraps. Welcome back to Binge Warmers. My name's Hopper.
Binge Warmers. Bingers in disguise. I'm Steven.
We've hit the mark. We've hit 1,000 subscribers, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
About time, honestly.
And you know
where
what?
have y'all been?
Don't say that.
Just kidding.
Well, our goal was to get 1,000 by September.
Yeah, you guys blew through that.
May, you know what I mean?
I love you.
I love you.
Actually, it was April 27th when we hit it.
Yeah, but this comes out in May, so we can...
I don't care.
I don't care.
We need to cement the fact that we got 400 new subscribers in the month of April.
Yes, that is incredible.
400 plus. It's still April. We're at 1,027.
Yes. So we'll still, we're recording in April. It's May now, but...
Next stop, 10,000. Get on it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But thank you guys again. Like, if you've been following our episodes, you know that we are going to eat a smorgasbord of
bad stuff. Grandpa Max.
Grandpa Max's food concoctions. We have some stuff picked out. We'll kind of save it for the video for a surprise factor. But it'll be soon.
I wish you would have surprised me with it.
No, you wouldn't have eaten it if I surprised you with it. Now you can think on it.
I don't want to think on it. But yeah, thank you guys. It's been awesome, seeing that. We started this for fun kind of thing, more as like a podcast than a YouTube channel, and it's nice seeing it grow.
Kind of morphed into more of a YouTube thing, though.
Yeah. I think we both saw what we had, and we were like, we could do something.
There's potential here, yeah.
So
thank you guys again. Look out for that 1,000 subscriber special. Hopefully it'll be in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I ordered all the stuff from Amazon.
Hopefully it's not for a couple months.
Steven doesn't want to do it, but we'll do it, by golly. No, but this is episode 9. It's called Under Wraps. Now, I want to be clear about this too. Everywhere I've looked has different numbers for episodes.
Yeah.
Like I say, this is episode 9. For some reason, just this episode this season for some reason just gets out of whack. It's like the production order, then the airing order, then HBO Max is doing its own thing. So I don't know what to tell you.
I agree.
This is the Mummy episode.
But we're getting close to wrapping it up. 13 episodes. We only have 4 more.
Wrapping it up, eh?
Oh.
This is the Mummy episode. I think everyone kind of remembers the Mummy episode.
It's so cool. He's got such a sick design.
Yeah, he does. And he has like a good power set too. You don't give him credit for his powers, but
he's like Wildvine in the sense of what he can do.
He's Wildvine, but he's also quicker. And he can kind of he's lighter, so he can kind of
it looks
levitate or something.
Like even if you blow him, he can come back from the paper and stuff.
Yes,
and he can go underground with it, kind of thing.
You see Diamond Head like run him through with his arm.
Yeah, and he just
what a moment. He goes, "That's gotta hurt," and then it just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
He just comes right back. And then
we need scissors.
Well, no, they throw him in the peanut chopper, and he comes right back from that.
That's true.
You see his
he was like in confetti.
Yeah, you see him kind of confet up, and then he kind of comes back. So.
Yeah, so we had to just freeze him and bury him.
That's the
Spoiler.
ultimate. That's the ultimate way to deal with a guy like this.
It's like Fred Flintstone from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Just raggle fraggle. Or no, he says yabba dabba do. I'm so dumb.
No, but he's not talking the whole time. And he goes, "No, my name's Billy." He goes, Fred Flintstone. And he goes, "Oh my God, this guy's an idiot. I can't." And then he doesn't talk for the rest of the episode.
What a callback! When I saw that, I was like, "What are we doing?"
Yeah, I was like, "What? Huh?" And then they just freeze him back in the Sharbart, and then bury him in the backyard.
I love that episode. And I love this episode too.
Yeah.
This is the quintessential anime farm episode.
Yeah, everyone's got one. You ever watch That's So Raven?
Of course, yeah.
She goes to the farm at one point. Her overalls and stuff, she's dressed like a cow.
You're making it sound like they killed her. Like, oh yeah, she got put out to the farm.
Oh, I guess that is another way of a farm episode.
No, I don't know. I don't know why I said that. I was thinking like the beach. Like, oh, this is the quintessential farm episode.
Beach. Let's go get a wave.
Nicki Minaj. That's a Vine reference for you. That's how old we are. Remember to like and subscribe, guys. Hit the noti bell.
Yep, the noti.
We've got a fun episode here. We've got Mr. Todd Maplewood starting us off, the little kid that is in the farm with his mom.
He's always covered in mud.
He's always mud. He's just dirty. Like
he's got a little piggy with him.
A little animal sidekick. Yeah, it's like a Disney-esque like animal pig.
Yeah.
Sidekick. I want to give you just a quick guess of who you think voices this character, Todd Maplewood. I don't think you'll get it in 100 guesses.
Tara Strong.
No.
Do I know them?
You know them, but you won't get it.
Who else do they voice?
If I tell you that, it'll probably give it away.
Okay, who is it then?
It's Rob Pinkston from Ned's Declassified. It's Coconut Head.
No way.
Coconut Head's in here. Why is Coconut Head here?
That's wild. I love that though.
You got
what a throwback that is.
I know. I was looking at the cast list. I'm like, that guy looks familiar, and I look at his like IMDb pictures and stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is Coconut Head from way back in the day.
I mean, if you guys have been following our Fallout show coverage, right up here, and we got Moises Arias from Hannah Montana. Yeah, Rico. Which, looking back, he was a big Trump supporter. Do you realize that? Like, how many times? Because he's a money hungry. His dad's like super wealthy.
Oh,
so
Rico was.
Yeah, and he's and the great words of our Lord and Savior Donald Trump.
He said that.
Yeah, he said something along those lines. Because someone was bringing it back, like, don't let them fool you. You know, I don't know if it was in jokes or what. You know, because of the political atmosphere.
Sure, yeah.
But they're like, Rico was a Trump enjoyer. It was because Rico was all about money. So of course Trump would be like his god emperor.
That is wild. That like that was the time like way before he was presidential candidate.
You know, like back then he was a celebrity everyone just loved. You know,
he just was known because he was rich and he was
like that was if you only knew Trump, it was because he was rich. You know,
yeah, wild.
It's so funny. But anyway, a lot of throwbacks this week.
The opposite of rich, I guess they're not poor at the farm. They just,
No, because he even says they could get the machines.
Yeah.
But he's like, Mom thinks they scare the animals, so they don't get the machines. Yeah. So I think she could. And
scares them anyway.
We talk about it like she has people pay her to do her job for her.
It's called the Family Fun Farm Camp.
Yeah, so essentially, guys, Gwen and Ben are spoiled. Yeah. You know, even Gwen's a harder worker than Ben, but she's spoiled. And they don't do their chores, the laundry, the dishes, any of that stuff. Refill the water tank for the shower. So
Grandpa Max gets he comes out of it like with soap in his hair.
Just that's gotta be the biggest inconvenience. And then also having to poop right as you get in the shower, dude. Ugh. It's the worst.
The worst.
It really sucks. I hate doing that.
Pooping after you get out of the shower is worse though.
Oh yeah. I just hold it. Man. I'm like, well, you gotta wait at least an hour. I just scrubbed you clean, buddy boy.
No, did you get that out of there? It's not healthy.
No, you're staying. If I gotta get a cork and put it in there, you know what I mean? But so he's like, you know what? And they hear the ad on the radio, and he goes, "Oh yeah, my uncle used to make me work on the farm, and I loved it."
Uncle Jedediah.
Yeah,
he put me out to the farm. What a coincidence that he's just like, "Hey, are your kids being too snooty and spoiled?
That was
put them in the farm."
It's so funny too because like back in the day, my mom would always threaten boot camp. You better straighten up. I'm gonna send you to boot camp. And I was just like, I don't know what that is, but you're making it sound like it's bad. You know? Yeah. What is boot camp?
And we can kind of get into this. I think this episode mishandles the themes, kind of. Like, we talk about the lessons Ben learns and stuff. What they want us to, at least in the beginning, they want Ben to learn, like, an honest day's work.
Right.
But by the end of it, he uses the slop the hog technique to trip up the mummy. And he says some line like, oh, wow, the farm life does pay off. He says something like that. He's like, oh, farming does pay off.
Yeah.
And Gwen says, slop the hogs.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah, because he does it with, was it Wild Vine? He has them all, he cuts all the things and has them all in the troughs kind of thing.
Yeah. When they're kind of cheating their way out.
Yeah, so he's not learning hard work.
He's not learning hard work. He's using aliens.
Yeah, and
Grandpa tells him not to use the aliens to use the task.
Yeah, and the easy way out ends up being the way to stop the guy,
Well, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
So when they slop the hogs, Ben uses Wild Vine to kind of like carry the bags around. When he slops the hogs to stop the mummy, he just throws a big thing of sherbet. It's like strawberry or something.
Oh, okay. I was like, sherbet. I thought we were at an ice cream store.
No, we did the sherbet.
Yeah. I'm with it now. It took me a second to catch it.
So he didn't really slop the hogs the same way that, he would have done it as an alien. So he didn't learn how to do that. And then Ben's like, yeah, the farming stuff pays off. So it's not like a hard work thing. It's like, oh, this is good for combat. Like I'm learning combat skills at the farm.
Yeah.
They could do either one of those two things. Those are both okay things to do.
Yeah.
But just pick one and go with it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Don't make it like, oh yeah, I'm learning the honest day of a hard work and that's helping me beat a mummy in a fight. Like that's not how that works.
No, not at all. And they do end up learning their lesson because when they beat them and, Grandpa Mac's like, okay, time to go back to the farm. We got like 4 more days. They're like, no, please, we'll do it. Just let us leave. And Grandpa Max is like, oh, thank God. I hated how much working on that farm. I just remembered all that.
He goes, I'll have to get manure duty again.
Yeah, he literally shoveled for an entire day. They
tried making Gwen and Ben do it, but they're like, they're like, oh, do the cows. And then they go, I don't want to do that. He goes, better than manure duty. And they go, oh, okay, we'll do this.
Yeah. It was so funny, too, like, the amount of alien transformations we got.
That is true. Yeah.
But it turns out, like, in the right hands, those aliens could put some work on the farm.
I love that little montage of him
like with
going
Diamond
around.
Head and stuff?
Yeah, doing the stakes for the fence. But I love that little montage because it shows us what Ben's aliens would be like for, like, normal everyday usage.
Yeah.
Forearms milks the cows.
Which was a terrible pick.
I mean, he tries to milk the cows. Who would you pick to milk the cows?
If they had machinery, I'd pick Upgrade, but they don't have machinery.
That's the thing. I'm going to put Upgrade and Upgrade and
I was going to say Gray Matter.
Gray Matter need to not go because they would both do some sort of technology.
No, I was just saying he could swing on the udders.
Swinging on the udders would take longer than just milking them, brother.
Yeah, but it added a little bit of fun to it.
No, it would take like.
And then if you get tired, you can just dip yourself into the milk as a cool.
Imagine. No. Foul. I would go wild vine because then you could just get multiple arms and vines. You could
like when he grabbed the
rocks,
balls,
the totems. You just do your little like vines around and grab the udders and.
Yeah, that actually would be the better one.
Cannon bolt's nothing. I would say Diamond Head nothing.
No, you could do Cannon Bolt for like.
Accelerate couldn't milk him because of his
plow in the fields.
Do I?
Hitch the plow onto him and he'd roll and plow the fields.
What are you talking about?
Cannon Bolt.
No, I'm saying like milking the cows.
Yeah, but I was saying he does nothing like in general.
No, he can do stuff.
He's on my guy, bro.
I'm just only on him for milking purposes.
Yeah, that's
true. He couldn't milk very well.
Yeah, probably not.
I would pick Wild Vine for that. Anyway, forearms, he kind of picks him up over his head and he's like, I don't like this any more than you. And he's just kind of like,
what are you doing with him? Forearms, like I get it, 4 arms, you can milk 4 cows, but he doesn't know what he's doing.
Also, the cows are spread out, so like he would have to like really be like, stretching around.
I think Wild Vine would have been the play there.
For sure. Unless he had Ditto, but he didn't have Ditto yet.
What also annoys me is like he gets his groove with like Wild Mutt and Diamond Head, right? Because they're doing the posts with Diamond Head and they're doing the plowing the fields with Wild Mutt.
You got Accelerate doing eggs quickly, just to kind of go through all the whole montage. You get Accelerate doing eggs, Wild Mutt doing the tilling the land, Diamond Head doing the staking the fence,
yeah,
build the fence.
And my thing is like, don't make Ben himself do it because you're teaching it. Like, it's a bad thing to teach. If you can do it a better way, like work smarter, not harder. I get teach Ben hard work, but he's working hard. It's just easier to do as an alien.
But see, that's the thing is like Grandpa Max thinks he takes, and like that's the thing too. Like if Ben just used his aliens to clean up the camper or the RV rather, it wouldn't be a big deal. Like,
yeah, exactly.
So why didn't he just say like, Ben, turn it to Accelerate, do this really quick, or turn it to Upgrade and do this really quick?
Yeah,
be easy, simple,
easy.
Upgrade the washing machine.
Turn in gray matter and literally make something that just generates pulls water from the atmosphere and refills the water tank for you. You know what I mean?
Or something. I mean, you could do like,
That's what bothers me. He never does anything super cool with gray matter.
Or just anything.
Asmith, like, give him a day, dude. All those problems that Grandpa Max has, they're all taken care of by the rust bucket itself. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah.
So frustrating.
You would think, like, just because Ben has 2 aliens that can specifically upgrade technology.
Yeah.
Or, come up with an idea. You could go gray matter, do schematics.
I was going to say, I wouldn't do upgrade because it's only upgraded for as long as he's on it.
Yeah. There's also, too, like an element of, like, Ben might not even know what he's going to upgrade it into kind of thing.
Right.
Like, he just upgrades it, and he's like, oh, I didn't expect this.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Now, the instead of a bidet, we've got a pop-up saw.
What a way to upgrade a
yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
that's only an upgrade in some people's mindset, I guess. Yeah.
Like, oh, didn't want to be a dude anymore anyway.
Didn't want to live anymore anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
The bidet comes out afterwards, tries to clean up the blood.
after he
it's like, oh, you don't look so good.
Anyway, I do like the recreational use of the aliens here. I wanted to see more of that, honestly. We only get the one day of Ben and Gwen going and taking care of stuff, and then they go mummy hunting in the night. Todd tells them that he's like, something spooky happened, and Mama Joan played by the wonderful Kath Soucie, also known as Phil and Lil Lady. She's really good. She's phenomenal. She has very good range, I would say.
Yeah.
We thought it was Tara Strong at first, and then we kind of listened more, and we're like, oh yeah, it's Kath Soucie.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, quit your yapping. No one wants to hear you. No one wants to hear your tall tales.
Yeah. It's like, Mom, shut up.
No, he's a good boy. He doesn't.
She works him like a slave. I'm just gonna say that right now.
She does. He does have the pig in the at the table.
He's like, it's way worse. We work 12-hour stuff when it's the summer, and I'm like, bro, you're not supposed to be doing that as a kid.
Also, he's like, at least it keeps me busy. There's like nothing to do here.
Oh, so the option is either nothing or child labor violations.
Oh, come on. He's working on his mama's farm.
That doesn't mean you just get to skirt child labor laws.
I don't know how the labor laws would work here anyway, because they're not getting paid for their services.
That's even worse.
Yeah, this whole thing is just stinks.
Mama Joan is just extorting everybody.
But no, in the beginning of this, we see Todd kind of he's messing with some bullies, which another weird voice actor, there's like this weird looking ugly kind of ginger kid with big lips.
Dude, he's so ugly.
Guess who voices that kid? You'll never guess.
Okay.
I knew we shouldn't have brought him. He's nothing but a big baby.
Carrie Payton, also known as Hex in this series.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. When you listen to it, you're like, oh, it is Carrie Payton. But it's like a good line. But he's like a super well-renowned voice actor that just.
Oh yeah.
Here's what I think happened for a Hex episode. They're like, oh, you only voiced like 2 characters here. You wanna get a voice in on the other episode? We don't have anybody for.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Sure, why not?
It's like 3 lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was really only 3 lines, and he was just kind of making fun of Todd to go push over the bull. Which have you ever been cow tipping?
No.
You want to go cow tipping sometime?
Have you been cow tipping?
No.
I'm a nice person. I feel like it's just mean.
I feel bad for the cows, right?
Des would probably break up with me if I went cow tipping. I always now think of both Back at the Barnyard, and then I think
Cars.
Tractor tipping's fun.
Man, what a good time.
I love Cars.
I like that's called boy tipping. That was one of those things in my childhood that like everyone repeated for some reason.
Yeah,
I'm like, can everyone shut the hell up? I don't want to hear this anymore.
I was one of the repeaters.
I know you were.
But I love the guy who's like, let's farm. There's gonna be cows outside.
What a great movie, actually.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome.
I don't like that the cows have udders, like all the boy cows have udders.
Yeah, it sucks that the dad dies too.
And I won't back down.
He would just sit on the porch, guard and playing the guitar.
Sam Elliott, yeah, it's a good cow right there.
That was Sam Elliott?
Yeah.
What the what's he doing in that movie?
Getting paid, obviously.
Getting laid.
Nah.
Gatorade.
Maybe he's gotten laid one time.
We've talked about why they put the udders on there, right?
So because they thought, people are dumb. They don't understand it's going to be not a cow. If they don't have udders,
yeah, like that's literally why. And then it just got into these weird theories about like all of them being trans and stuff. Yeah. And the guys were like, no, we just thought you guys were too stupid to realize, Now
we're so smart. We're coming up with get MatPat on this once and you're game over, dude.
That's just the game theory. That's just the cow theory.
No, yeah, but so they're trying to tip the cow. They want him to tip the cow rather, and then he goes to tip it, and then the cow kind of turns around to scare him, and then the cow gets scared and runs away, and you're like, oh, what's happening? Obviously, a pharaoh mummy comes out of the ground and kind of
in Ohio. Or wherever.
Is it Ohio?
I don't know.
I think it's like Carolina or something.
No.
An Egyptian tomb in South Carolina.
A farm. There's gonna be cows outside.
There's gonna be mummies outside.
It's Egypt. There are gonna be mummies outside. And the mummies out there looking for these corodium.
Mm-hmm. It's actually unobtainium.
Oh yeah, the 3rd time.
No, you're right. It's unobtainium. It's or corodium rather.
Yeah, there you go.
It's corodium.
And while he's finding it, it's like messing with the local wildlife. You know what I mean?
Well, we think because the cows probably gave him a time, and he had to like intentionally flash the guy at the plant. So my thing is like, I think he probably did.
Did
it again? Yeah, I mean that is literally what he does.
Udders.
No, I think it's I think he flashed the cows because he probably heard him out there or something. I don't know. Maybe it was
probably just wrong place, wrong time kind of thing.
Could have been. He might have been testing it out too.
Well, when he grabbed it, I feel like they were just exposed.
Yeah.
Kind of like secondhand smoke.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. I think one of the powers of the mummy is to not get corrupted by the corodium.
Yeah, it's that because we always see he's the one carrying it.
Yeah, I imagine like the werewolf, who is spoiler alert here. He's in cahoots with the werewolf, who is in cahoots with Ghost Freak. And I'm assuming.
Freak out!
Freak out! But yeah, I think the werewolf would get corroded if he corrupted rather if he had.
We don't want that because he's blue right now. We don't want him to be purple.
No, he's kind of like dark black. It's black
He's
or
blue.
something. The one they fight, the wolf. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he's blue.
He is. We don't know why the mummy's getting it.
Yeah.
Well, we know, but we don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Ben and Gwen are like, oh, yeah, we'll believe anything. Just get out here. So they go check it out. And, of course, they find the cows. Do they find the mummy, too, or is it just the cows?
Well, it's a nice moment because we don't really see Ben and Gwen get along too much,
Yeah.
And it's like, where are you going? Same place you're going. Mummy hunt. It's a fun little cousin moment, And then they do find the cows.
Better than the Fallout cousin moments.
That's pretty good, too.
I mean, if Lucy was your cousin, maybe.
Yeah, well, I don't endorse that.
We don't endorse that.
They have rules about that for a reason.
Why are you going to say I, dude? It's a we. We don't endorse
only
that.
me. I know who you're
Is that cousin?
If there was an episode to be talking about this, I guess this is the one on the farm. You know what I mean? Anyway, no, they find the cows. Ben goes accelerate and beats them, and then he ropes them up. He does like a little Toro.
Yeah.
And then he still gets hit by him. I don't understand when accelerate gets hit by stuff that's like that. Like this weird, deranged, kind of corroded cow. It should not be.
I mean, it's the problem you have with any speedster hero,
Yeah.
Nothing should ever hit them, and yet they somehow still get hit.
I read an interesting, or I guess I watched a short about an interesting flash fact about how him and all the other speedsters, I guess in DC, like the Speed Force can accelerate their brain so fast that they will just quit. They won't be able to function. Like they'll be thinking everyone's at 0.5 speed talking. So it's like, hurry up. And then, they'll live their entire life in that span of 1 second because they'll be thinking so hard. So they have to intentionally put boundaries on themselves so they won't like ruin their own lives.
Well, you see it in Invincible, the first episode, when the Red Rush is having a date with his girlfriend. He goes, do you understand how slow you are coming across to me just talking like this? Like, I could have ran around the world 4 times before you finished that sentence,
Isn't it in the comics, like when we first see him, he's like solving 3 or 4 crimes at a time?
Yeah,
and
while
then,
still being on the date.
Yeah, she doesn't even notice he's gone because it's like a half a second when he does it.
Yeah, it's insane. Speedsters
Super
are so
insane.
cool.
Yeah.
And then he's always just in a tracksuit because he's Russian.
And it helps because he's jogging. I mean, he's getting exercise.
I love it. Yeah. But no, speedsters annoy me as much as I love them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the semantics of the whole thing, I think.
Comes with the territory.
Yeah. But Accelerate, he goes and he finds the mummy because there's a glow trail, a snail trail, if you will. And they find the mummy kind of trying to harvest. So it's a fun moment. He goes, why is the mummy trying to get back in the earth?
Yeah. Aren't they wanting to get out of there? It's like that guy from Invincible. He just keeps getting foiled.
But then they have a little skirmish, little fight, and the mummy's got some good powers here. So he's strong enough, I guess, to dig with his wraps,
right?
And then he's also got a whip kind of thing. It like kind of travels along the ground and then hits him.
Yeah.
Well, no, it like tears apart like a shed or something.
Oh, so it's a
yeah, it's like it's like the wave, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Accelerate like throws a bunch of farm equipment at him, and he kind of grows out his bandages.
Yeah,
and
like caps. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
He's cool, dude.
I mean, I guess his head is the only it's like an octopus, It's like
you take the head off, maybe.
Well, no, his head is like the only solid bit there, and then the rest of it's just kind of like loosey goosey wraps.
Yeah, I like loosey goosey.
Me too. She's cool, and she.
Oh, we're talking about Fallout again. No, yeah, he's got a cool power set, and again, this is what pisses me off is that we won't see him use these aliens again until Omniverse.
That's true. He tries to turn into the mummy in this episode. He's like mummy on mummy, but he turns into upgrade.
Yeah, because he gets it. It unlocks it and stuff.
He does. He grabs him around the wrist. I guess after the wolf scratched him, he kind of had the unlock feature kind of unlocked
permanently
until Alien Force rolls around.
Yeah, and then it's like factory reset for some reason.
And he's got to scan them or something.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's cool.
Let's see what
there's
else.
There's more choice in the matter, more agency.
That's true. Yeah,
it's
you can.
I want you.
You
don't have to wait for them to hit you.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Pew!
You can, we can also talk about too. Like the fight is pretty good. Like the fight between Mummy and Accelerate is pretty good.
Yeah.
We get this interesting thing where he runs up the silo. There's like a grain silo or a corn silo or something. He runs up it and he's like looking for the mummy, and it's in his point of view, so it's like a blue shot.
Yeah, it's so cool because you're like in the helmet kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's sort of like he kind of like looks around, and then we see behind him, it's the mummy's point of view. He's like running up behind him, like gonna get him.
Yeah,
it's just fun. It was like two
really
point of view shots back to back, like an Evil Dead thing or something.
Yeah, no, I liked it a lot. It's a really fun episode, especially coming off the wings of that super alien buddies. Like, I am so much more excited talking about this than I was talking about that one.
Oh, come on. That was a fun episode.
It sucked.
I like the
kangaroo nuts.
I looked it up, by the way. It's in the video, but we can mention that the Kangaroo. We kept calling him Captain Kangaroo, which is like a thing. It's like a TV show host. Kangaroo Commando is in Omniverse as like a one-off villain.
That. He looks a lot cooler there too.
I kind of like him, but he's like trying to do like a hostage situation, and he goes, "I want 100 kangaroos with $1,000 each in their pouches."
What the fuck? He only wants $100,000?
Something like that. I don't know. But Captain Nemesis comes to stop him. You know, the villain, the guy from Alien Force, and then Ben he sees stuff like the building accidentally blows, or no. Kangaroo blows it up because like no one's listening to me, and he like blows it up. And Ben turns to accelerate. He does it all before Captain Nemesis can even like stop talking to the press.
That's awesome.
It's fun. It's a good show. You know what I mean? He reverts back to Ben. The mummy like is going to take the silo down on top of him. And this could be the moment where it's like, Ben, okay, you need to get better because you know you're losing to the mummy here. So you need to like as a human get better at your abilities.
Yeah, because you suck.
Yeah, train at the farm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, do a whole training montage.
Do a training montage instead of like doing your. Granted, I love the alien stuff.
Bench press some cows, dog. I love the monster aliens so freaking much.
And also too, like the farm stuff doesn't get in the way of any of that.
No,
really.
no,
I mean, we kind of have the mummy stuff in the background while they're at the farm, but it's only like 2 or 3 scenes, honestly.
Yeah, it's a funny moment too when they get done doing the mummy shenanigans at the beginning. And they go to lay in bed, and as soon as they lay in bed, it's time to get up because it's like 5 a.m.
That's like straight out like Princess and the Frog, where she's like, "All right, getting home from the one job," she goes to bed and like right back up for the next job.
I watched that movie a couple weeks ago. It's pretty fun.
It's phenomenal.
I like it.
All those animatronics, they've gotten so advanced with those.
Yeah, we talked about that in one of our live streams.
And they got the voice actors out recently to like.
We also see Gwen try to use her powers, but she's in that suit, so she can't get corodium poisoning or whatever, and it just blows her arm up and stuff.
I've got a theory about that too. So she's using a wind spell.
Right.
Gwen is known to use a wind spell. She loves a wind spell.
She just loves it.
And throughout like Alien Force and Ultimate Alien and stuff, she's big on the wind spells.
Yeah.
But you know, she gets the magic power. She gets the magic book rather from Charmcaster in A Change of Face, which is earlier in the season. We know it's earlier in the season because she has magic now.
Yeah.
She's got. And if you remember in that episode, she turns into Ben and turns into Cannonbolts.
Right.
So maybe she's like trying to replicate some of Cannonbolt's flow.
Yeah.
Because canonically, that's the only alien she's become yet.
Yeah.
In this
timeline.
We've seen the Gwen 10 episode, but in this timeline, only alien she's been is Cannonbolt. So she's kind of like inflated. And she's like, "What can I do? Oh, let me think back to Cannonbolt." You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I like that headcanon at least. I like to think that kind of ties it in.
I just love Cannonbolt, so anything that involves him,
she's
go with it.
She's pretty, she's pretty useful.
He could be my president.
It's just Ben though, so you'd have Ben as your president.
No. He'd have to stay as Cannonbolt the whole time.
It's the same thing though. It's still dumb 10-year-old.
It's like Bert from Amazon, like you're Bert from Fallout.
Oh yeah.
It's like he's like, I'm Ben. Oh,
you're Cannonbolt. Yeah, but they're fighting in an ice cream factory, which is cool.
Yeah.
They tell Grandpa Max about the mummy and the purple lightning. Yeah, that's a whole big thing.
What's funny is Grandpa Max just believes him this time.
Yeah, he should. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you should. I mean, about time.
He goes, "Oh, we'll check it out later." Ben and Gwen still haven't been to bed. They're just kind of running off fumes.
Facts, dude. Well, they're 10 years old, so
That's true. You needed more sleep, but you probably didn't notice the need for sleep.
Me and Des went walking the other day, and it turns out right by our house is a whole elementary school, like playground, track, and field stuff, and we were walking around and stuff, kind of like reliving it, and Des was like, yeah, because there's a big open field. She's like, PE, you just run. You would just run. That was what you did. I said, I know, you do that for 45 minutes, and then you would still just keep going for the rest of the day. We do that now. I'm done for the rest of the day.
Taking a nap after that.
Yeah, I'm not doing nothing, So it's just funny, like, that's Ben and Quinn. Like, yeah, they didn't get any sleep, but they can go for days, And
I've always wondered, too, about how his endurance works with the aliens. Like, is he still, like, winded, after the alien
like, is he tired from that?
Like, Accelerate obviously has a higher metabolism, higher endurance, but, like, one of your slower aliens, like a...
that's a good point. How does it transfer over?
Probably not too much. We don't see, like, if the alien gets hurt, Ben doesn't get hurt.
Right.
Until later seasons, rather.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, they're fighting at this, it's Digby Dairy. Grandpa Max has got his little corodium meter out. And they're scanning the cows. The cows have been tied up since the night before.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
So they're still corroded, I guess they might just be corroded now.
Yeah. Well, they're like, oh, no, because it wore off on the guy.
Yeah, but it's the whole day later, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe cows metabolize it differently.
I like that theory too. Yeah.
Yeah. There's not much. They don't explain a lot with this.
It's okay.
You kind of just have to go with it.
Yeah. Okay with that. I think we get enough. You know, don't touch the thing. It turns into whatever.
Yeah.
Ben turns into Diamond Head right? to dig up the corodium at the.
Yeah, and he's like, "Why did you do? You just led him straight to it. Like you just offered it up to the guy.
Yeah.
Like why? What was Ben thinking?
You know, he's probably just thinking we'll take it out of here, so we don't have to wait around for the mummy. We get this dope shot where it's like the lights flicker.
Yes.
And then he just pops up. He's like, I'm here now.
But he's like moving closer, you know, as the lights like flicker on.
It's like one of those cat videos where you look away from the cat and then you come back and the cat's like moved a little bit forward.
Yeah.
No, I love this fight. I think it's a good like demonstration of both their powers of Diamond Head and the Mummy.
Yeah.
Now Ben picks some bad matchups, but like this, like the Mummy really. I mean,
you would think this would be a good matchup, but the Mummy doesn't obey the laws of physics when it comes to paper.
How do you think it would be a good matchup?
Scissors beat paper.
Well, he's more rock.
He's like diamond, which can cut.
He's more
things.
rock, I would say.
No, he's a diamond. He's literally called Diamond Head. He's made of like quartz crystal.
But that's
not a rock.
That is by definition a rock.
You're wrong.
It's not Iraq. That's a country. It's more just a rock.
I hate you.
No, I
get
don't
deja
know.
vu from that too. That's weird.
That is weird.
No, he's diamond.
Yeah, it's rock.
Those are gems, not rocks.
I think it's the same. It's
not.
I think rocks.
We got any
diamonds,
geologists in the chat?
Yeah, let us know in the chat.
Even if he was a good matchup, let's say I'm right. Turns out he's not, because as much as we differ on if he's a rock or scissors, apparently the Mummy's not just paper, because when you cut him, he just comes back.
Yeah, they go, hey, take some marshmallow fluff, and they shoot him into the peanut grinder.
Yeah.
And then he gets like we see him get like shredded up.
Yeah.
And he comes right back just normal.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter what kind of scissors you got.
He got like ultra scissor cut 9000 getting the peanuts
Doesn't
up.
matter, dude.
Doesn't matter, dog.
So, yeah, so they end up just freezing him and burying him under.
Well, we get some good moments too, because he wraps around his arm. He gives him the new upgrade. The new.
I just don't know why Grandpa Max doesn't carry that null void projector everywhere. You know?
What if they use it against him?
No.
What if he sneaks his little
it?
mummy hand in through and he kind of grabs it? And ooh. Is this mummy sentient? Is he just kind of a beast?
I think he's sentient, like the werewolf. They're sentient. They're just aliens.
I mean, they're aliens from a species, and we see them kind of more intelligent in the future episodes of Omniverse.
Yeah.
But in this episode, it kind of just feels like he doesn't talk. He just kind of growls.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's because of the corodium, consumption or something. It's interesting. We can theorize a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't hate that idea.
No, but what would you rate this episode out of 10?
I don't know, solid 6 or 7.
I give it like an 8.
I think you need to watch it though for the monster stuff. Like if you're going through it, you probably should watch this episode.
Yeah, you should watch it regardless. It's a good episode.
We get the corodium explanation on this one because the corodium is very important. It was an asteroid, Grandpa Max says, and
it's highly volatile to humans.
Highly volatile,
living organisms.
We get the security guard turned into a corroded little monster.
Yeah, little guy.
He's got like swords. He's kind of stabbing down at Gwen.
He looks like just any other meth head you'd see on the side of the road.
He's a little bit scarier. It's purple and glowy. And
you ain't seen the meth heads I've seen.
The meth heads have like sharp hands.
They're
stabbing.
Wild, dude.
Okay. I like that Grandpa Max says, we're going to wrap this up. And he puts him in like the wrapping machine and he kind of mummifies the guy.
It's like, Grandpa Max, we expected more from you. Gwen's the one with the bad one.
Yeah, Ben's rubbing off on him too.
You got any sugar-free napkins? But yeah, this has been the episode called
Under Wraps.
Under Wraps. What were y'all's thoughts on it? Have you seen it recently? If you're watching it with us, what do you think? Do you think Mama Jones is running a pyramid scheme?
I don't know. I kind of like how it all tied together.
Yeah, I like it.
Like I was saying though, make the hard work and the resolution pay off. You know what I mean? Like kind of have them. And don't just do like a one-off thing of like, oh, I guess that hard work's paying off. Like make it the way he defeats the mummy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he defeats him with upgrade in this. Like he's trying to turn the mummy. He kind of blorps out of his hands.
Yeah.
And they're like, Ben, which I guess upgrade could get liquid nitrogen frozen too.
Yeah.
Anyway, lots to talk about.
Yeah. Lots to speculate on, but that's why we're here.
Yeah.
We'd love to speculate with you guys in the comments section. So
yeah. So yeah, leave us a comment. Do you like the mummy? Do you like the werewolf or mummy better?
Yeah. Ooh, werewolf.
We're getting close to the end of the season too.
Yeah, we're getting real close. I said that earlier.
It's good. It's been a good
mocking me.
Dude,
are you mocking my voice?
Anyway, if you want to see more Ben 10 content, you can check right here. It's on me over here on this side. If you want to watch more of our YouTube content, tier lists and rankings and such over there on Steven. If you want to subscribe to us right here in the middle right there, just go ahead and click on that. Subscribe to the Binge Warmers. We're now 1,000 subscribers strong.
Mm-hmm.
So join the Binge Army, I guess.
Yeah. The Ben 10 Bingers.
We'll see y'all in the next episode.
See ya.